Hi guys, it's Janet here with remarkablycreated.com. In today's One Take Wonder video, I want to show you how you can create some really simple but beautiful treats using the everyday label punch and the test tubes. The test tube treat holders are plastic, which means that they're lightweight to mail as well as they're safe for all ages, so you don't have to worry about them cracking and breaking. Right now we are in what I like to call the treat season. Lots and lots of reasons that we are making and giving treats, whether it's Halloween for trick-or-treating, putting sweet little treats at place settings. A lot of times sport teams are looking for ways to give cute little treats. The cheerleaders giving treats to the football players, or the marching band members are looking for treats, little teacher gifts. Of course, there's always still birthdays happening. Birthdays don't get put on hold just because it's, the fall season and our focus is on the fall holidays. So lots of reasons for them. So let me show you these three, and then we will make one Halloween together. Thanksgiving, a lot of times I like to put something sweet at place settings, and this one happens to have some sunflower seeds in it, and it features some of the paper from our Painted Harvest, which is on sale this month. Make sure you check out the designer paper sale. Uses the Painted Harvest stamp set and a little bit of your twine. What I did to make this a little sturdier is I punched this cut and punch twice. I mounted the paper, the designer paper, onto cardstock. So that's your fall one. And then, of course, it's always fun to give your coworkers a little treat, or maybe the bus driver or somebody. And this just has a little bit of instant coffee in it. It just says Mary, a cup of Mary. And you have that from the Mary Cafe, and it coordinates with our cafe coffee framelits. And just uses a whole bunch of circles. And again, the Around the World designer paper, which is also part of our sale right now. So just a sweet little coffee one. And then it's fun to have the little ones put oatmeal on the lawn for the reindeer. And so this is perfect for you to give to your young children at some point, maybe as one of their Advent gifts. Or if you're a grandmother, to spoil your grands, you could go ahead and give them that little oatmeal. And again, it's just oatmeal. And this little sweet reindeer comes from our seasonal chums, and it does have a coordinating framelit which actually cuts, so you can just put a little note about feeding the reindeer and then bringing them in. And he was just colored with aqua painters and a little bit of our red tinsel. So let's look at how we make these. And let me just grab some of the elements that we already have. So again, I mentioned that we are working with the Everyday Label Punch. And the Everyday Label Punch happens to be 1.5 inches wide. So for my piece of paper, I cut it just slightly under 1.5 inches. If this is your 1.5 inch line, if my finger's the 1.5 inch line on your trimmer, you're going to just move this just a hair over. You need this to be narrow enough to come in from the back side. Okay? And you're just going to push it so that it's right at the edge, right here. And then you're going to squeeze down and dump that out. And then you're going to do it again on the other side, just like that. Now for the length, I went with 5.5 inches. That way I would get, equal cuts out of my cardstock as much as possible with minimal scraps. The other element that you're going to need is the 3/4 inch punch. 3 to 3/4 inch punch is the perfect diameter for our test tube treat holders. And then I created a master. And this is basically 1.5 inches in from either end. So I'm just going to lay this down. Once you've done enough of them, you're also just going to be able to eyeball them. And you're going to want 2 holes. Okay. And now what you're able to do, give me a blank test tube, is take your test tube, feed it in one end and out the other. Now you could actually score if you wanted to score the marks. I simply just used my fingers and kind of gave it a little crease with my fingers. Just kind of, because you're going to be hiding that part anyway. So I just wanted these done. The other day, once I had these all pre-done and the assembly of 30 of them took less than 30 minutes. So it was a very, very quick and easy project. So you have this. I have the trick or treat. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive in the middle. Put that on top. We'll grab a piece of our black baker's twine, and then we would go ahead and fill this with some yummy candy, mini M&Ms, some kind of little tart candy. There's all kinds of Tic Tacs, all kinds of fun little things candy-wise that you can fill this with. So And we would just pretend like there's a stopper in the top of that. But there you go. Really quick and very easy. And again, this is 5.5 inches long, and you're cutting it just under the 1.5 inch mark. And this trick here of cutting the DSP just a little more narrow than your punch shape and feeding it in from the back works with all punches, not just this everyday label punch. So experiment and play with the different punches that are out there. I just like the size and the rounded tip of this one for the projects here that we were working with. For a reminder, for any ordering information, for details on the sale that I mentioned, come visit me at remarkablycreated.com and have fun creating treats this season.